What's up, YouTube? This is Nestle Avatar. I know I haven't posted in forever, but I'm actually here bringing a Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. It's something I have never done before. I used to play it a long time ago, and I just recently got back into it. This is not a Tier 0 deck by any means, or Tier 1, or even Tier 2, but this is a deck that I've had a lot of fun playing with. It follows the current format as of, what was it, October 2014, I guess, is whenever they started it, but let's go ahead and get right into it. I play, this is the main deck. I play 2 Tragodia. I like Trag. He's got some pretty neat busted abilities and stuff like that. If I got a lot of dead cards in my hand and I get hit direct, don't have any monsters, I can bust him out and start climbing over shit. Then his ability to copy levels and stuff in the graveyard helps with sinking and even overlaying. So I definitely like to run Trag. So next up, BLS. No introduction needed. He's probably the best warrior monster ever made, one of the best cards ever made. I'm not even going to go into anything else, because if you don't know what he does, you've been living under a rock or you just don't play cards. I do run Dad. I know that's kind of an odd choice, I guess, for this kind of a deck, but I do get him out. I get him out more than I actually get him out in my Dark Arm Dragon deck that I have sitting over there. And that Dark Arm Dragon deck runs the Malicious and all that bullcrap, but yeah, for some reason I seem to get him out easier with this deck. I don't know why. Next up, I run Gores, because Gores is Gores. I only run the one Gores, though. He's at 2 now, I think, but I only run 1. I do run Caius, the Shadow Monarch. I do like him. I've had a lot of fun using him. I don't use him that often. When I do use him, he comes out. What is that? The most interesting man in the world talking? Yeah. Cyber Dragon. I don't really see a lot of people using it anymore unless it's for Cyber Dragon deck, but I still find him. He comes in handy. He does help me out a lot, and plus, it's the secret rare evil one, so I was going to say I have to use that because it looks awesome. Thunder King. Thunder King, again, no introduction necessary, really. Thunder King is a really, really good card, anti-meta card. I have a lot of fun using him, and he does save my butt a good bit, and he's light because he pitches in for BLS. I run 2 copies of DD Warrior Lady. I still like Warrior Lady. I think she's at 3 now. I guess she's not really a top meta card anymore, but she helps me get rid of some of my people I play with locally, get rid of their big cards and stuff like that, so she does come in handy. Blackwing Gale, the Whirlwind. Pretty decent effect, actually, kind of a built-in shrink. And I was going to say, there's times where somebody will have, like, a Monarch on the field, and I'll sit him down, and I'll just kind of run over their Monarch with him, then next turn I'll pull Warrior Lady and Black Rose their field, or whatever I have to do. But yeah, he comes in handy. I run 2 copies of Krebens, just because Krebens is Krebens. He's kind of the new sword. Well, I don't want to say he's new because he's old, but I use him instead of using Swords Revealing Light if I need to kind of stall, even though he doesn't sit on the field very long. Yeah, I know mine are weird. I have a gold lettered rare, and then I got a blue lettered rare, but I thought they were kind of neat. Plus, he's a tuner. Plague Spreader, probably my MVP synchro. I'll usually pull level 6 out. I'll pull out Yugioh, and then down the road, if I need to, I'll top deck a card on top and link him with Yugioh to pull out Bills or something like that. But yeah, I like Plague Spreader. Never had one back in the day because it was only Ultra back then, and so Malin. I use Malin because I like the wall monsters, and he's a light. Plus, late game, if you set this, somebody attacks it, and you can actually win with it. I was going to say, it's kind of a bullshit thing. People get pissed about it, but it does happen. And I run Magician of Faith, because Magician of Faith is Magician of Faith. I'm not going to explain that. I run 2 Reaper. More wall stuff. There's a couple little useful things I've pulled off of Reaper outside of that. And, you know, if you can get the opportunity to swing at your opponent, especially having 2 of them on the field, you kind of pull your own delinquent duo there with them without having to dropping life points. Veiler. Veiler's actually new. I just got my Veiler. Well, it's not new to the game, but I just picked him up. I was running Hainwada just as kind of a goofy card that I was using, but I swapped in Veiler, and Veiler has been tremendously outdoing Hainwada. I think I might even have Hainwada side decked, sadly, but I'll look here in a minute. Battle Fader is Battle Fader. You know what he does. I was going to say, I very rarely actually end up using him. I end up using him for discard fodder or removing him to play for, what's that Lord Darkness. Soul Charge busted as hell. Fun card. I was going to say, it does kind of break games sometime, but honestly, with the fact that you can't attack when you play it, I don't really see why it would be ever banned. But a lot of people are like, oh, it's banned, it's banned, man. Yeah, you drop 4,000 life points and you summon out so many Regekis, your next turn swings for game. I mean, that's why this card's not banned. Anyway, I still run Scapegoat. I like Scapegoat. It does save my butt sometimes. Duality just to pick up some extra cards. I have a second one that I was thinking about running, but I'm happy with one. My Allure of Darkness, remove from play, or banish, that's what they say now. Banish a dark, draw 2 cards, not bad. Mind Control, I use that specifically to Sync or XYZ, because, you know, it's basically brain control without life points and you can't tribute. 2 enemy controllers. I definitely have always loved enemy controllers since it came out. It is awesome. And yes, these are both AST, and they're actually good condition too. But yeah, I had 3 in this deck, but I actually took 1 out. I was going to say, there's a reason why I took the other one out. Moon. Moon's Moon. I still think Moon's an awesome card. Helps you get rid of a flip of a face down, especially like cards like Dark Arm Dragon. Big badass effect monsters, real high attack, and blah blah blah. You flip him face down, and you can run him over real quick. I still shake my head about this, but yes, Regeki. I'm not even going to explain what Regeki does. I still run Dark Hole too. A lot of people say, Dark Hole sucks now that Regeki's out. No, I run both. 2 MST. MST is basically the only card in this deck that has any kind of spell removal. I kind of hold on to these a lot. I don't just set them, and yeah, I just run them when I need them. Call. I still like Call the Haunted. I was going to say, I didn't really think it's a staple anymore, but I still run it. The Torrential, that is a staple. Bottomless, I do run Bottomless still. Compulse, I actually run 2 Threatening Roars. I know that's kind of an odd choice for cards. I was going to say I have the Meta Traps in my side deck actually, but these actually save my butt a good bit. And then lastly, I just run 2 Mirror Force. Now with that out of the way, let's go into the extra deck, and then we'll do the side deck last. I run 1 copy of Beel's of the Diabolical Dragons. Always mess his name up. Can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, blah blah blah. Basically, they have to snag him from you or something like that to really, or snag him or remove him from play using something. But he's a pretty hard card to get off the field, and usually by the time I get him out, then I've got crap left anyway. Void Ogre Dragon. I have actually not used him yet, but if you can read here, his effect's actually decent. But like I said, I haven't got a chance to use him yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I thought he was a pretty neat effect, and I didn't want to pass him up. Red Dragon Archfiend. No stranger here to what he does. Yugioh Guardian. I was going to say, and I got my Yugioh before they released the Legendary Collection 5, so I was actually happy to have him back again. I actually never had one back when he was originally legal, but Thought Ruler. I do like getting Thought Ruler out. He's pretty fun, kind of have dickhead effect, but I do have fun using him. I do run Dark End. I don't really use him very often, but the instances I do, he does help out. Stardust. I only run 1 Stardust. A lot of people run a bunch of them. I only run 1. I only need 1. Black Rose is Black Rose. You know what he does. Librarian. Whenever I actually can bust out a bunch of extra Synchros and I have him sitting on the field, I can draw like a freaking train. And also, you know, he's not too terrible. He's a nice beater and stuff. Magic Android. If I can get him on the field with both Krebins, I'm in heaven. Ally of Justice Catastor. Catastor is actually pretty decent. I was going to say, a lot of people seem to really like the card. I have fun using him. Now for the XYZs, which I didn't run a lot of them. I'm not a big fan of them, but I do run them. I use Pappy. Pappy's got... My brother actually got me on Pappy. Yes, the bullshit card, Exton Knight. I do like him. He does come in handy a lot. Very rarely get him out. When I do decide to get him out, I'll usually link 2 Warrior Ladies together, and they're kind of shitting themselves at that point. Steel Sworn Roach. Roach is kind of fun. I think I've used him maybe once since I've got it, but I couldn't help try to XYZs out too. And Gaga Cowboy. I use him more than I use any of them, just because, I don't know, I know he's not as good as Extonic, but I just think he's cooler looking. Maybe that's just me being a douche. These are just tokens. I run the Gores token for my Gores and my Scapegoat tokens. And lastly, we'll go with the side deck. I side deck Light and Darkness Dragon. I side deck Jinzo. Jinzo is one of my favorite cards. Grand Mall, because Grand Mall is Grand Mall. Dandelion. I've actually pulled Black Rose's secondary effect off using Dandelion before, and that's the only other plant card I really run. I don't have a glow up bulb. I don't even know if I'm actually going to get one. I really don't know if I want to buy one or not. There's my Hainwana. I know it's kind of a why the hell are you using that card, but I like Hainwana. I do. I was going to say, every once in a while he does come in handy. Treeborn Frog, just because Treeborn Frog's Treeborn Frog. Swords, I do keep one in my side deck. Everybody's like, Swords is so stupid now. I like Swords. Gold Sark, I didn't really find this card that great. And when I first saw it, I was like, holy crap, that's awesome. But it does kind of slow down a little bit for me, but I keep it just in case I need it. Smashing Ground, I doubt I'm probably going to end up taking this out for something else because of having Dark Hole and Regeki. Why the hell would I use this? My Decree, I do keep a Decree in here just for the heck of it. I like these. These are kind of just because I want to use them. I very rarely put them in, but Deck Devi and Eradicator, I have fun using them. And I got my meta traps, or whatever, the ones that people are flipping out about. Solemn Warning. Oh, wait, they're not in here. Never mind. Scrap Iron Scarecrow and Ceasefire. I know where they're at. There's another 10 set of cards that I have here. The cards were in the deck when it was at 50. That's where I put them. So, I got a Chaos Sorcerer, another Cyber Dragon. This deck was 50 at one point, but I slimmed it down to 40. These are the cards that didn't make it. Doom Cow, Breaker for just, you know, the 19 beater in the MST build-in. Lily is old, but I was running people over with her whenever I get her out, and they're like, why are you playing Lily? And, well, that's why, because I just hit you with 34. There's my third Econ. I actually, yes, I finally got a hold of one of these right before Legendary Collection 5 came out, and I was kicking myself in the butt, but E-Teleport, I actually have not played this yet. This has never been used in a duel, but I was going to run it in here just in case. I was thinking about maybe even signing it over into that deck, the Dark Arm Dragon deck I have built. D-Prison is D-Prison. I don't really find it that useful, but I ran it a little bit. Breakthrough Skill, this card's pretty damn good, but I don't know. I don't really like the new meta traps. And then Fiendish Chain. Thank you guys for watching. I'll probably upload another video if somebody thought this was interesting. If not, you know, whatever. But at least I tried one. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.